Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandana, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the dangers of group healing, group meditations, past life regression, and hypnosis. Okay, so first let me get into group healing and why one should never go in for any group healing workshops, anywhere, whether it is an online group healing session or it is an offline group healing retreat or a workshop. Now, I'll tell you why this is. Because when one goes into group healing, often you have noticed that the first thing, the person that is leading you or healing you in a group, they have to be extremely strong and powerful, because what is happening is now they are opening the channels of everybody including themselves. Okay, so say for example, if I'm leading a group of 10 or 15 people into like a guided meditation and a whole group healing session, I would have made everybody connect in a network, okay, and connect with me in that network. Now what happens is you don't know what kind of karmas other people have. So when that network is opened and connected and interconnected, there is a lot of energy exchange that is happening between all these 10-15 people, including the person leading you into it. Okay, so now what happens is, if you can see the energy, it looks like, when people do watercolor painting, that water that you keep dipping your brush in, after you finished painting, what does it look like? Is it green? Is it black? Is it gray? Is it blue? You can't tell. It just looks like it is just gutter water. So this is exactly what happens when you do a group healing session. Instead, there is more damage to you on a spiritual level than any healing. You may come for a healing session and you may go back even more messed up. And I say this because I have had clients in the past who have gone for such kind of sessions, and then they come back and then they tell me, ma'am, something is so off. I'm not able to function at my best and I can't pinpoint on what is going wrong. Okay, now this is happening because there is so much of energetic exchange happening among so many people, and the person that is guiding you does not have that kind of spiritual strength to keep all the negativity out. Okay, and in this you are also exchanging all the positive, the good, bad and the ugly. So you should never ever go for a group healing workshop. It looks very nice where everybody is lying down and there are scented candles and there is such ambient decor, and you're in nature or you're in some 5-star zen kind of studio space and all that. But the damage is on multiple levels. Okay, so don't get attracted by the aesthetics. It is not something cool. Oh, like, me and 5 of my other girlfriends, we just need a break, so this weekend we're going to go for a healing session. It just looks okay, and psychologically feels cool, but the experience can be absolutely harrowing by the end of it. Okay, so whenever you go or you genuinely want a healing, please make sure that the healing is only between you and a very powerful healer who knows what they're doing, and don't go in for group healings, because as far as I know and as far as I've seen, and I've been a healer for more than 18 years, okay, even I wouldn't try to take on the energy of 25-30 people at one go. Okay, so this is the reality of it. So anybody who's doing these massive group healings, you got to have a serious amount of shakti and that kind of absolute Herculean spiritual strength to deal with so many people's energy all at once. Okay, it's like almost you have to be an enlightened being yourself. So please don't attempt all of this. Okay, so this is as far as the healing is concerned. The second thing that I want to talk to you about is that when you are in these kind of gatherings and healing sessions, and even group guided meditations through these healing sessions, okay, what happens is, again, over here, the person who is leading you into that guided meditation and healing you has opened everything up for everybody, including themselves. So what happens is, now without a strong layer of protection, when you open everything out, everybody is vulnerable now, and you are nothing but a spiritual buffet for all kinds of entities to come and feed off of you. Okay, so and there are a lot of beings that feed off of pain, that feed off of anger, that feed off of your weak self morale, and how do I say this, your perception of yourself. Okay, so when you are so low vibrational, okay, there are a lot of beings that are also low vibration that come to feed off of your energy. And there are beings, if you are someone who is high vibrational, please know it will be you that is losing energy during this group meditation and these group healings. Okay, because everybody else or some kind of entities are now easily able to suck out all the energy. So what will happen as a result? You will come back. For some people, it's almost instant. They finish the group healing session that day and they come home, and within 2-3 hours, they feel like something is off. You're feeling dizzy, you're feeling nauseous. Some people even break into a fever. Okay, and this, trust me, coming from a healer, is not a healing crisis. Okay, where people will say, oh, these are just the post effect. If you have, now tell me something, if you have been healed, are you going to continue to experience pain, or are you going to become all right? You should feel okay, right? Suppose you have a cut on your hand and something's been bandaged and closed up properly. Are you going to feel the pain? No, right? So when you go for these group sessions and you still continue to feel miserable for hours or for days after that session, please note that something has spiritually gone haywire with your system. Okay, and then it is going to take somebody proper and on a one-on-one session who has to now help you seal up your aura and fix all your energetic circuits and straighten you out properly until you start feeling like a normal human being again. Okay, so this is also, you lose energy, you take on a lot of bad energy. It's like all of you taking a dip in a gutter. Okay, and you are vulnerable to a lot of kind of spiritual entities and spirits that will come and feed off of you and possibly even latch on to you. If you are the weakest link in the group, something may latch on to you from another person also when you are in that group. Okay, and nowadays you don't know what kind of energy somebody is carrying, if they're being tailed by a particular entity all the time, which is why they feel miserable, which is why they think, okay, there is, for 15.99 or 2,999 or whatever these figures they charge you for these 2-hour healing workshops. They say, okay, I'll go, at least I'll feel better and all that. You go, they feel better because now their entity has transferred from them to somebody else in the group, and when they go back, now they are miserable. Okay, so it is very wishy-washy and it is extremely dangerous to get into these group healing sessions. Now the question will come, so can we go and can we do, there's a lot of sound healing that happens also in groups. There are sound healing workshops. So these are safe because there is sound and there is frequency involved, and every time that frequency is being rung or is being played, it washes out a lot of things. So as long as that only the sound session is going on, with the crystal bowls or with the Tibetan bowls and the gongs, it's okay. But the minute there is a guided session of guided meditation or taking you into yoga nidra or taking you into a group healing or transmitting, the guru or whoever is leading is now saying that I am going to give all of you healing energy, is when you need to get up from that mat and run. Okay, you sit only for the sound session and you leave. There is no opening of anybody's energies. It should not be. Okay, do never open out your energy like that in a meditative state when there are 15 people around you, even if the sound healing is going on, because the sound healing, the frequency and the vibration is so powerful that it will beat out all the lower frequencies out of your body. Okay, you don't have to open your heart chakra, open your crown chakra to the sound and the, you know, and the strumming of the whatever, the harps or the gongs or whatever it is. You can just lie there and it's like going and taking a bath. Okay, but just this is through sound. Do you have, whether irrespective, you don't need to take off all your clothes to stand under a waterfall. If you go fully clothed and stand under water, you will still get wet, you will still get washed away, right? So the same thing goes even when you have you go for a sound bath or a sound healing session. Even if the person who is heading the session tells you to go into a deep, you can just relax. You know, you can relax your body, but please do not mentally or emotionally open up your chakras here, there, and try to connect your energy to the person playing all those bowls and all of that. Okay, so if that is happening, then yes, you will come out of that session feeling refreshed, because if there's anything in your nervous system on a cellular level, on a spiritual level, it will all automatically get washed away in an hour and a half session of a sound bath. Okay, so make sure it is only a sound bath and nothing else. The minute it goes, if there's something before and after, if before you enroll into this kind of a workshop, please ask them what exactly is going to happen, and please don't make yourselves so vulnerable. Now, the second thing that happens when you do this group healing and all that is there is a kind of hypnosis also that is taking place. Okay, so the problem with the hypnosis is that, one, we don't know the intention of the person hypnotizing you. Okay, so that is something you have to be on guard with, because you will, how do you think cults are formed? Okay, when you won't even know it and you will gravitate towards a certain one person. This is because they have already sowed and planted seeds into your subconscious mind, where you feel, or you start beginning to feel, that this is you. You know, it is your own wish that you want to be with this person or that person, and you kind of start ignoring what anything anybody else is saying. Okay, this is when you lose your reasoning mind and you are convinced that no, this is my own decision and my will, I choose to follow this. It's not wrong to follow or be loyal or devoted to one person, but one should not lose their sense of reasoning, logic and practicality, and have a reality check. Okay, so this doesn't mean following someone at the expense of blatantly ignoring what anything anybody else is saying. Okay, this could be somebody else also who's spiritually there. So you need to keep your awareness and your consciousness is what needs to be open all the time, not your chakras and all your energy channels and all of that. You keep your eyes and your ears and your mind open to all these kind of things. Okay, so when you are getting hypnotized, also what is happening is they are taking you into certain states, and if that journey in and out is not smooth, then also you will have a lot of problems. And I have noticed that usually you have problems in the mind. Okay, and that is what you need to take care of. So hypnosis and past life regression are a little overlapping today when I talk about, because in past life regression also what is happening is you are being hypnotized to a point where you're going into your subconscious mind, where you can tap into all your previous lives, instances and memories. Okay, but again, see, the divine mother, there is a reason she has given you all these filters. Okay, and when you open these filters, they are very dangerous. If you are not going to open and close these filters properly, one second is, if you are not able to take them in through that journey smoothly and bring them out, they're going to have a lot of neurological imbalances over a period of time. Okay, and it is going to impact your nervous system very badly. So past life regression is not something that is fun, that you do for fun, unless you're really suffering from some kind of chronic illness or something. Those doors are not meant to be opened. Okay, and a safer way to check something in your past life is through divinatory sciences like tarot reading or astrology also, which is much less harmful, or rather it's not harmful at all. Okay, because here the person who is intuitive, like say for me, like I'm a tarot reader, or there's an astrologer who's intuitive, they will be able to tap into your aura and see what it is. So then there is no danger. Okay, because this is a much stronger, higher energy that's coming, that has the power to see, your past, okay, and tell you what it is. So you don't need to go yourself into it, and the person guiding you also, it's like, they're sitting on the outside. When you're in there, if something is happening to you, they have to be very strong enough to pull you, yank you out of that dream and that phase that you're in. And sometimes people who are good at hypnotizing you and taking you in, when there is a crisis that starts happening when you are there, they are not able to bring you back or pull you out of it at the right time. Okay, and this can be even more damaging. So the problem nowadays is everything is so commercialized, everything is being marketed so shamelessly across the social media, that nobody is telling you the dangers and the consequences and the repercussions of all these kind of things. And then you have people like me on the other hand, who you have to find, and then we have to do multiple healing sessions, and trust me, it is not so easy. It is a very painstaking job to do, to fix you energetically. Okay, and it doesn't happen over a session, and it is extremely taxing for the healer also, because we have to go to that depth and start healing from where it started sizzling and frizzing and all these things. And because we are dealing with the mind, with the subconscious, which is so delicate, it is not something that is to be played around with. It's just like how brain surgeons say, right? If somebody is going in for a brain surgery, how delicate and with how much accuracy, precision and surety you have to conduct the surgery. The same way it is on a spiritual and astral and subtle level also. So the healer also has to be extremely cautious in when they are spiritually healing you, right? And I have had many such clients who have done these past life regressions, or gone for some spiritual healing, or for that matter even gone for hypnosis one-on-one to overcome a certain habit. It could be for some it is overeating, for some it is addictions to narcotics or drugs and all that. But because the healer is not that strong, they come back even more messed up. It's like you feel like you're there but you're not there. Like, it's very hard for them also to describe, and it takes a lot of effort on the part of the healer, and it takes a lot of effort on the part of the healee also, because there are a lot of practices after that they will also have to do. It's like when you've done the surgery, there is a post-surgery care also that one has to keep doing. But the only problem is that this is all happening on a subtle level, on a more on an intangible level, which is why somebody who doesn't have this gift of being able to sense and perceive what is going on, you don't know, but something is off, and then you will keep visiting doctors and saying, I'm having migraines, or I'm having this or that, or I'm feeling sad or upset all the time. Because what is happening is, there could be a chance that there is a hole in your aura also when this kind of stuff is happening. Okay, so there are multiple factors that can go wrong, and that do go wrong only and only because the person that is leading you into all of this has now turned it into some weekend fancy activity, okay, and has commercialized this to the core, and it is messing people. Already people are messed up, and it messes up your system even more. So please be very careful. If you are so keen on healing yourself and you don't know what to do, please bring a singing bowl or a Tibetan bowl yourself, hold it in your hand and gong it 3 times, 11 times. Do it yourself. Sit with that energy and you will see a change within a week's time, I guarantee you, in the way you feel. Okay, or now coming to the next topic, where if you don't go in for these workshops and all, a lot of time we listen to guided meditations on YouTube, right? So that is also something you should be very careful of. I personally feel that the sound healing on YouTube, where they're just playing a particular frequency, somebody's ringing the quartz bowl and all, those are very effective because one, nobody is hypnotizing you. Second, nobody is talking during that video, which is a 1 hour or a 3 hour long sound healing playlist. Okay, and the third thing is, nobody is kind of transmitting any energy to you. So these are absolutely safe. But in the case where you are listening to somebody and doing a guided meditation, trying to go into the so-called yoga nidra and all these things, you have to be very, very careful, because you don't know what is starting to get planted in your mind after 15-20 minutes into the meditation. Okay, and what I also tell people is that, a lot of people have a habit where they put on the TV and then they doze off, or they're playing something on YouTube and they doze off. Please don't do all of this, because you don't understand that your subconscious mind is extremely powerful. Okay, and then what happens is, whether it is news you are listening to, whether it is stand-up comedy, whether it was a horror movie that you were playing, all this will go and take seat in your subconscious and find a way to play out in your real-time life over the next few days or months or years, whatever it is, because now wiping that out takes a longer time. Okay, it becomes a part of your vritti, it becomes a part of your chetana. Okay, so please, if you are somebody who is dozing off while listening to some podcast and that, please don't do that, because all this is going and settling in your subconscious mind. Okay, and guided meditations, watch it when you're fully conscious in the daytime, and then you record the same meditation if you want in your own voice. Okay, and then you play that in your own voice. So please don't, because you don't know what kind of energy that person is sitting with, what their intention was during this guided meditation, okay, and what they're actually doing with you. Okay, because people can be shaped subconsciously also. On a subconscious level also, you can be molded. Okay, and you have to be very careful of all these things. So these are not things that one should take lightly or have as you want to do something as a fun activity on a weekend. Please go for a sip and paint, go for a dance class, go for a pottery class or something like that, but do not indulge in occult related workshops like this without fully knowing what it is that you are getting into. Okay, and you can always ask people around also who have gone for these workshops or who have gone to a particular kind of person. Watch what they have done or how they behave before and after going to the workshop. watch how they feel before and after, going before the workshop and after the workshop. And please let me tell you, most of these feedbacks and testimonials are all paid and all these things. Okay, so before you enroll for something like this, don't ask just one or two people. Try to ask a good group of people and see what is happening. Okay, and even after the workshop you should also see what is happening to you, how you are feeling. But I would strongly advise and recommend that you never go into group healing workshops. Okay, you can go into group workshops where they're teaching you how to heal yourself, like a Reiki or a pranic healing or a Lama Fera or a whatever kind of healing that you want to. Learning is fine. Okay, but the minute you get into these group workshops where you feel you want to be healed, that is when the danger starts. That is when you have to be cautioned. Okay, so this is all I had for you today. Please take care of your spiritual health and your spiritual well-being also, along with your financial, emotional and physical well-being. It is also very important. And that's it I have for you today. I hope you found this video informative and enlightening. And until next time, take care. Namaste.